Okay, just waiting on a few to join. Welcome to my kitchen again today. I sort of changed a few things in my mind. Let me turn off this fan so it won't make so much noise. The last time I did the video live in my kitchen, I did so much all at once that I know it sort of became confusing. And so I decided to slow down today. Not that I'm going to talk slow. I'm going to try to cut the timing down because it is 11 o'clock, maybe a minute after. Gary should be in around 11:30. So I'm going to have lunch ready by 11:30. So we'll see if we can get it done. What I'm going to be making is the two favorite things I talked about. I told you about the recipes the other day, and a lot of people really showed a big interest in this. Come on, people, join me. There's still... it may take a while, it says, so come on in. But if you're not in, I'm sure you'll see this later. But a lot of people like the squash recipe that I had. Normally, I cook the squash and zucchini in the oven, and I use my handy dandy Cavenders and put spray Pam on it, put it in the oven, cook it for about 30 minutes. But if you're wanting to just fix a lunch for one or two, and in this case, I'm going to show you how to fix for one. It's a quicker way. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do the squash. And at the same time that we're doing the squash, I'm going to make the chicken salad. The chicken salad's probably for, two people for lunch, and then you'll have leftovers. So we're going to do that sort of simultaneously. And Leanne's here, so hey, how you feeling, Leanne? I hear you've been through a procedure, so I'm glad you joined. So here we go. First thing I got to do is I meant to have the squash out. You know me, I'm never prepared. Let me get my one squash out. I'll be right back. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. I call myself being prepared, but I wasn't. Let me rinse this off. You can never totally be prepared in the kitchen, but I try. Okay. Got my one squash. I need a pan of water. Is this elementary or not? Anybody, a lot of times young married couples and a young girl that just got married, they don't know this stuff. So, step at a time. Maybe this is for my granddaughters. Maybe I'm teaching them something. So, you take your squash, and while you're doing that, you sort of heat up the water because you're going to want it to get to boiling real quick. So, I'm going to cut the ends off. I'm going to try to not too much on the ends because this is going to be a meal for one person. And you don't want to slice too thick because you want it to get tender, but if you go too thin, it will sort of spread out. What do I want to say? Shred or be too soft anyway. You don't want it to, you want a little bit of texture there. So I'm cutting my squash. I don't know if you can see that or not. Got that much? See? Looks good just like that, doesn't it? Okay. Here we go. Let's get the rest good. I got my water going over here. I didn't used to do this before I lost all the weight because I felt like if I got in the kitchen, all I wanted to do was eat. And I never could understand how people that cooked all the time stayed slim. Well, it just didn't bother them. They just didn't want to eat. And that's just about been my case now that I've lost weight. I don't, not that I don't enjoy eating, I just don't think about it as much. Okay, come on, water. We got to get to boiling. I'm going to put it as high as it'll go, and I'm going to go ahead and put the squash in the water. Now, once it starts boiling, then we're going to let it boil for 10 minutes. So I've got to watch the clock. Sometimes I tend to forget that I've got something on there, and then I don't time it, so I have to sort of guess at it. But 10 minutes, somewhere around there, and get it to boiling, and it's going to be sort of soft. And then when that gets through, we're going to put it in a pan and saute it a little bit. Okay, so I'll show you that step. But in the meantime, while the squash is boiling, I'm going to start on the chicken salad. I know everybody likes chicken salad. Okay, so what I did on the chicken salad, I've got one can in here that I already did. So I'm going to put the other can. 2 cans of chicken salad. And I get the Hormel chicken breast 98% fat-free. And there's only like, there's 2 servings per can. Calories are 45 calories a serving. So that's really good for lunch. Okay. I got my little handy dandy colander. This is the handiest thing in the kitchen. When you don't really have something big and you want to get out the big one off, you know, up there with the rack, you can just grab this little thing and pour it out. Okay, here we go. Now, one thing that I do on this is once I empty the water off of it, I sort of take my hand, I hope you can see me, take my hand and sort of squash it together. I think I've got enough that I can bring it over here and show you. I want to sort of shred it a little bit because you don't want a bunch of big clumps in your chicken salad. So, can you see this, what I'm doing? There we go. I got clean hands, I washed them. Okay. So just sort of shred it a little bit with your fingers, and if you feel the necessity of it, put some gloves on in the kitchen. But it's just me and my husband, so he don't mind. Okay, there we go. And put this over here. Rinse my hand off. Now, you see, the chicken's all shredded. Tomatoes, you're in. Okay, good. You can learn how to make this chicken salad. I got squash over here cooking. I'm waiting it to get to the boiling point, and we're going to boil it for 10 minutes. While that's going on, we're going to make the chicken salad. Okay. Now, I've already done 2 cans. What did I do with that other can? Here it is. Throw these away. Well, I guess I'll set them over here so y'all remember. Now, the next thing I'm going to add is the boiled eggs. I add two boiled eggs per can. So, I got 4 boiled eggs. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I've got 2 ways that I could chop these up. I don't want to just stick them in there and mix them up because it's too clumpy. I want to make them, you know, really grated eggs. So, I could use this little handy gadget and chop, which takes about 5 chops or 6 per egg. So, that's something handy to have. And usually, if I just have 1 or 2 eggs, I use this. But I wanted to show y'all that other little gadget that I've been bragging about every time I go in the kitchen. I'm so glad y'all are in my kitchen with me, by the way. Let's see. Hi, Virginia. Will you type it out for me? I am looking for... I don't understand what you're saying. The camera's a little bit far away, but I'll read it later and then I'll answer you. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got 4 eggs and my little chopper. I bought this at Canton, Texas when I went to a flea market down there. Oh, my squash is boiling. So it is now about 9 minutes after 11. So when the big hand reaches just before the 4, that's when I'll check it out. Okay. So we gotta watch that. Y'all let me know when that happens. I'm gonna stick this little thing on here. Okay. Now, here we go. Burn away. Oh, it already looks good. Look at that. Oh, maybe just a little bit more. But look at that. You want just a little bit more grated. There's one little clump in there, so I'm going to make sure I get it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Oh, perfect. Look at that. So, just put that in with your chicken and use my little handy spatula. This spatula can also cook. The heat don't bother it anyway. Okay, I've got my chicken and my eggs together. And I'll put this in the sink. Now, I'm going to rinse off my colanders because I'm going to use it later. Where did my... Okay. Alright. Now I've got to add... You know, I don't know how they do this in the kitchen shows because you have so many things you got to... I think they have a lot of help. I think that's what it is. You know, if anybody wants to ever join me, I got 2 chairs over here at the bar. Come on over for lunch. Okay. I've got light mayo, and I don't think the pickle relish matters except that it's dill. Don't get the sweet, get the dill. Oh, the squash is looking good. Y'all see that boiling? Okay. Now, I'm not going to put craisins in it today. This one is reduced sugar, and the calories in it is like a 1/4 cup a serving, and it's 100 calories. So that's going to up my calories in my chicken salad. And I try to sort of eliminate calories as much as I can. This makes it real delicious. So if you're just trying to eat healthy and you love the taste of craisins and you're not having to watch your sugar, by all means add them. It's about a 1/4 of a cup, and it won't hurt anything if you like that. But since I'm sort of watching it and I'm trying to get Gary to watch it, and we don't want to slow our progress down, I'm not going to add these today. I'll add these when I make the big batch for the kids. But they are really good and they make the salad better. But today, all I will be adding is the eggs with the chicken and the dill relish and the mayo. Now get a really big spoon. This is what Gary eats a salad with. Okay. And put about 2 heaping tablespoons in there. And you might sort of watch it. You might have to add a little bit more, but so far, so good. Okay. Then a smaller spoon. And you sort of can do this with your eyeball and see about how much you want to put in. I sort of spread it around 1, 2, maybe 3. That looks good. 3. Okay. Now, you know, my recipe may be a little bit different, so sometimes make it your own. What you like. If you like more relish, by all means, put it in there. It ain't going to hurt a bit. If you like a little less mayo, light mayo, then it's up to you. If you like it a little bit more creamy or the texture, and I may have to put a little bit more in there, but we're going to stir this up. I got this clear mixing bowl so you can sort of see what's happening in with this chicken salad. Oh, it looks like it's going to be perfect. Yes. Because that mayo really spreads. You can't really tell sometimes when you just put it in there at first, because it goes real smoothly all over and it spreads around. Oh, I've got to get a serving bowl so y'all can see this. I mean, it already look at that. It looks really good. Let me get a bowl over here. Okay. I'm going to put this in the little serving bowl. And hey, we just got about 4 more minutes on the squash and it's already looking good. It's just boiling over here. I brought the water to a boil. I sliced up 1 squash because I'm fixing Gary's lunch. And brought it to a boil, and then I'm boiling it for 10 minutes. And this is my chicken salad. Now see how easy that was? We still got plenty of time. Okay. Take a look at that. Chicken salad. Easy chicken salad. Put that on bread. Put it on a bed of lettuce, which is what I intend to do today. I'm going to put it on a bed of lettuce along with my squash, and Gary will be happy. Okay, I'm going to wash this a little bit. I like to wash things in the garbage, but I probably won't spend a whole lot of time doing it today. Okay, where are we? Let me clean off my butcher block. I was telling y'all a story the last time I did the live video about Brenda and I being on KABL here in Pine Bluff, and we had a gospel program on the radio station called Ren and Brenda Gospel Show. And I told you I was going to get back to it later, so here it is. Because after I watched the playback of the video, I thought, well, I never got back to that story. We're watching that. We got 3 or 4 more minutes. Okay, and I've got the chicken salad. I'm going to put this up wherever I can see it. Chicken salad, squash. What are we going to put that on? A bed of lettuce, or salad, you know. I do my lettuce with... I'm getting off track again. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, that's Sister Albertson. She's calling me to walk. Let me see. Hang on a minute. Hello, Sister Albertson. I am on Facebook Live and I'm in my kitchen cooking. Why don't you come by and then we'll go walk? Oh. Okay. Well, when you get over here, I'll still be here and I'll fix you lunch. Okay. All right. Bye. Oh, maybe she'll show up. She may not, since she knows I'm on Facebook Live. Okay, where was it? Oh, that's her then. Hang on. Oh, no, she hung up. That was an accident. Where was it? I get off track. I don't know. Anyway, back to the radio story. Ren and I Oh, we just got about 2 more minutes on the squash. Okay, to the story. Red and I were on radio called the Red and Brenda Show. And we did gospel music on Sunday afternoons. All afternoon on Sundays. You could hear us playing, you know, disc jockey style gospel music, up to date, the latest. And I could pretty much go back and tell you a lot of the songs that were the most requested back then. We took requests over the radio. But I won't get into that. So after we had been on air for, a year or two, I decided I wanted to go out on my own. So I asked Rendell's help, and he said, sure, all you got to do, you got to go get your license and this, that, the other, because I was mainly working with him. So I did, and I got hired by KPBA, which was across town. So I had an afternoon Sunday show with playing gospel music. So we weren't in competition, we just enjoyed each other being on the radio. Now it was not the Ren and Brenda Show, it was the Ren Show and the Brenda Show. 2 separate shows, not 4, 2. So one Sunday afternoon, it was sort of hilarious. Rendell called me and he said, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm fixing to play the Happy Good Ones. He said, well, I think I'll play the Happy Good Ones. I said, well, let's pick a song and play the same song at the same time. So we did, and we really had everybody in Pine Bluff confused because they couldn't figure out what station they was on. Funny story. Okay, let's see. I think the squash is going to be ready real quick. So it's just about to that point. Now what I'm going to saute it in is I'm only going to use a half a tablespoon. My butter's getting soft. Because this is 100 calories per tablespoon. So I'm using 50 calories in my butter. Put that in this. And I'm going to, this is a little bigger burner, but I'm going to put it on warm. Let that sort of be warming. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to spray it with Pam a little bit. Like I told you, I really wasn't all that prepared. I should have already had this ready. Now here's my cavenders. Don't want to forget my cavenders. And I'm going to put my chicken salad out here. I'd already made the chicken salad, as you can see. So if you missed it, you can watch it later. So my butter's already melted, and my Pam, and it's sort of going around a little bit. Now remember the little colander I showed you? I'm going to use it again. And I think we just about got ready. And I'm going to take this, turn the burner off on the back, put this up here in its place, and use my little colander to rinse that off, get the water off of it, put it right back in the pan. And I think we got this going real good. Oh yeah, the butter's melting, and it's at a good temperature. Just dump that squash in there. You hear it? It's sort of sizzling. I don't really want to cook it too fast. And I'm ready for my cavenders. Look how good that looks. Didn't take long. One story, and it was through boiling. Well, you know, I was making a chicken salad too. So 10 minutes of boiling. Cavenders. Here we go. This is what gives it flavor, and you don't have to add salt or anything. You can put a little or you can put a bunch. It doesn't matter. It just depends on your taste. Then just saute it a little bit. And I'm going to show you this. We're not done yet, because I'm going to use my colander one more time. I'm just mainly sauteing it in the butter, and the Pam don't hurt nothing. But the butter's got a little bit of calories in it, but only 50. The squash is, don't have much at all. And it's pretty much ready. It's tender, I can tell by just looking at it. Come on, Sister Allison, you're going to miss lunch if you don't show up. I hope she does. Okay, because I've got lunch for 2. Okay, where's my plate? And since this is for Gary, I'm going to give him a cup of chicken salad. So I'm going to go ahead and dip his chicken salad in. Well, first of all, I got to get my lettuce. Okay, my salad. I already made up this salad. Remember, I always use kale and parsley and lettuce. I'm just going to put a little bunch there. And then I'm going to dump a cupful of the chicken salad on top. Oh, that's a lot. Here goes. That's a lot of food. I should probably put a half cup, which is normally what I do. But since it's lunch and he's a big man, he'll eat it. Okay. And this is all he's getting anyway. So now we're ready for our colander again. And turn my stove off. Just sort of drain that extra butter off. There we go. Put this over here. And dump that right into the plate. Doesn't that look good? So, a little bit more lettuce around the top. I tell you what, you know, I almost wish I'd only given him a half of that. But if he don't eat it all, I'll save it for a sandwich. And I tell you what we might do to give it a little bit of color for lunch. This is what we've done so far. We've got the chicken salad. That's usually what I put on his salad is a cup. On his sandwich, I mean. And then we got the squash. And so I'm going to get a little bit of sliced tomato, which is good for you. Rinse it off. Get my knife over here. And here we go. 1, 2. And as they say on TV, voila. Doesn't that look delicious? Very healthy. This is under probably around 130 calories on the chicken salad. Maybe not that much. Well, yeah, I think so. Because I'll usually eat a half of that, and it's around 65 calories. So, double that. Tomatoes, hardly anything. Squash, hardly anything. So, less than 200 calories, and you got a good, healthy lunch. And y'all can fix it in under 30 minutes. I did it. So, I hope you enjoyed that session. I hope Sister Alverson comes for lunch. If she doesn't, I'm going to leave it for Gary, let him eat it. And I'm going to go walk in the mall. Bye for now.